So for example, if you currently work only 40 hours per week, you take on extra hours and you do 45 hours. If you got a business that you run and you find yourself, slacking with your finances, maybe you come in on the weekend and you do your extra time for your business on the weekend when you would normally have the time off. If you're self-employed or a freelancer or you work independently, same again, if you would usually have your weekends off, maybe you work on the weekend now as extra time because of the fact that you didn't, take care of your finances during the week or during the month, last month, or at any time. That could be a 1 day extra time. That could be 1 week of extra time. That could even be a whole month if it got that bad, but you shouldn't let it get that bad. What else can we do to do extra effort? So if you would usually only put in 50-60% effort in your day, you got to do extra effort because you messed up. You messed up with your money, so you got to do extra effort. That means you got to put in 80, 90, 100% effort, going overboard with regards to whatever you do in your job or your business or your self-employment. Go extra effort. Maybe that's going to basically change your ways and make you realize, okay, wow, I don't really want to be, messing up my finances next week because, they're going to have to do this again. So extra effort is another way. What else can we do to rectify this? We can do extra money. So if you found that you were bad 1 day or 1 week or 1 month with your money, maybe you go out and you take on second jobs, or if you've got a job, you can take on a second job. If you can do extra work in that one job, then you do that. If you're a freelancer or self-employed, you take on extra gigs and extra jobs from clients and customers. If it's business, you take on extra customers. Whatever you got to do to make extra money, you go out and you make extra money to make up for the money that you just squandered or just messed up with. So, doing extra here is one way you can basically punish yourself. Another way we can do it is the balancing act. So what we're going to do here with the balancing act, it's quite simple. Let me explain. So whatever you did today, you have to balance it out tomorrow. That's one way. So if you've done wrong with your finances today, then tomorrow you're balancing it out. So if you overspent by £50 today, then tomorrow you underspend by £50 to balance it out. So where you would normally have maybe spent £50 on petrol, tomorrow you have to walk, something like that, balancing it out tomorrow. Another way you can do it is you can balance it out by the week. So you can look at it from a whole week's perspective. If the week wasn't a good week, then the following week you balance it out by doing, if you overspent by a couple £100 that week, then the following week you're down by a couple £100. That means you can't spend, as much as you would usually do. You have to really, go into minus the following week, reduce a lot of things so that you can balance it out and make sure that you're back at a level playing field. And the same again can go for a month too. You can look at the month as a whole and say, okay, fine, this month I went overboard. I didn't do well with my money. I'm overspent by £1,000, for example. Okay, the following month, you cut costs of a lot of things. You reduce a lot of things, maybe a lot of luxuries and, privileges that you had. You have to get rid of that the following month. You can't do that. Maybe you can't drive the car. Maybe you can't travel out and socialize and, do the things you do, buy the food and drinks like you would usually do, all of those things you have to maybe cut. You can't give money to certain people, whatever you're doing, you have to balance it out. So whatever you've overspent, you have to go into the hole the following month. And that's going to be the balancing act. That's going to teach you to make sure that, you keep your money in check because you don't want to constantly be doing this balancing act. But it is a very useful way to actually get yourself to, get your money in check, because the whole point behind all of this is just get your money in check. We want to punish you for, bad behavior, and then we want to reward you for good behavior. So your action steps for today's video is 1, I want you to go out and ground yourself if you've already done wrong. And in the future, if you do wrong, I want you to ground yourself. 2, I want you to use the no money, meaning no card, no cash, no online purchases. If last week, last month, if yesterday, you've been wrong with your money, you got to start punishing yourself. That means no money. So I want you to put that in place for yourself. Do extra. So if yesterday, if last week, if last month you've done wrong with your money, I need you to do extra now. You need to do extra to make up for that wrong that you've done. Make extra money. Do extra time at your job or in your business or self-employment. Go do extra. And finally, I want you to go and do the balancing act. So go look at your finances, see where you've gone in the hole. If you've gone in the hole, if you've overspent, if you've overdone it this month in any way, shape or form in your expenses, have a look at your numbers. Like we spoke in earlier videos, do your numbers, have a look. How has it been for the day, the week, the month? If you're down, then you need to balance it out. That means the following month you need to, go down. You got to cut a lot of things. You got to make back that money by reducing that money the following day, week or month, so that it balances back out again. And then you can go back to normality. You can go back to the budgets that you've set for yourself for the different things. So these are your action steps for today's video. And as usual, like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment below, and I'll give you my 2 cents.